So there's basically two big pieces of White Knight Labs. There's the education piece, and then there's the services piece. We really covered the services piece in detail. But on the education side, we have three main courses: offensive development, advanced red team operations, and then Ronak and Chirag's course called Offensive Azure Operations and Tactics. Offensive development is all about loader development. We're teaching students. We're kind of like going over like the last 5 years of offensive security, from using direct system calls to call Windows APIs, then went to indirect system calls, and now we're actually building the stack. We're spoofing the stack and creating custom assembly at runtime. So we do that. Tons of assembly, tons of data code, .NET code. We teach them how to like use proxy DLLs for persistence and execution, how to bypass AMZ, ETW, how to write beacon object files from scratch for Cobalt Strike. And that lab environment is super impressive. It actually has multiple fully licensed EDR products. It comes with a fully licensed Cobalt Strike. And then I'll let John talk about the AirTO course.
Yeah, so the AirTO course is pretty cool. So super excited for this one. So I basically wrote the Advanced Red Team Operations course, and the idea behind it was they teach people about infrastructure and redirectors, and then that's day one. And day one's like super advanced, super hard. It's not a joke. A lot of people are like, wow, like we teach them how to basically protect their Cobalt Strike server with Apache rewrite rules, checking for custom HTTP headers and things like that, and basically how to keep your red team infrastructure alive for a long time. Like we always have an internal joke, like the longest running red team server for Cobalt Strike right now for us is 3 years. We have a 3-year server that's been running and has never been caught inside AWS. It's just because we protect it. We've in the same way I protect it is the same way I teach the guys. Now there's a few other things that we do as well. Day two is basically an operations day. So you take everything you built from day one and use it against day two. And we take you through an attack path. We actually handhold you. So you'll go through like a web application, you'll get RCE, you find there's a lot of different things in there. About total 21 labs, and we're always adding to it, so it's hyper current as best we can. So as we go, and that's the cool thing, it's taught live, and then you get access to labs 30 days, you get access to Cobalt Strike. It's limited, like you don't get root access to the server, it's just limited, right, based on Fortress policies, right, that we have. And then based on the feedback we got from the AirTO, it's been really good feedback, we're creating another course now that's just talking about infrastructure automation and redirectors. So it's going to take day one of the AirTO, and we're going to spin it, and it's another 16 to 20 labs of just gruesomely learning about infrastructure and redirectors.
Gruesome.
And then another spin-off of the AirTO that I was just talking about with our other guy was building a lateral movement class. So a course just on red team lateral movement, because a lot of people struggle on setting up SOCKS proxies, understanding local port forwarders, reverse port forwarding, setting up SOCKS, TCP tunnels internally, like what can we do, DNS, all that kind of stuff, and actually moving laterally, and then actually, not generating event logs or what's OPSEC friendly, what's not, right? And actually go up against ADER. So that's another one we're going to spin off on. So which is really cool. So.
Oh, that's
and then our third course, I know we're just going. It's called Offensive Azure Operations and Tactics, and Chirag Savlet and Ronak Parma wrote that. They're actually coming over. They came to WKL from Altered Security. They wrote the lab environments and certifications for Certified Red Team Professional and Certified Red Team Expert, and then the Certified Azure Red Team Professional, I think is what it's called. It's like too many letters. So that's a 2-day training, and that's going to be they run you through an intro to Azure. Enter ID, running you through Azure access controls like RBAC, key vault access policy, enumerating Azure via unauthenticated and authenticated points of view, automating enumeration, gaining initial foothold via Kubernetes, logic apps, app services, function apps, storage accounts. And then they also do pivoting from on-prem to cloud, and then cloud to on-prem via Entra ID Connect, SSO, Sealing PRT, and then they run you through maintaining persistence via service principals, automation accounts, ARC, and hybrid connections. So it took them about 3 months to build the course, and that comes to a fully functioning lab environment for the students. And there's also a CTF at the very end of the course. All of our courses end with like some kind of lab challenge that we don't give the answers to. We typically give the students 2 to 3 weeks to complete the labs. And then they have to submit a report. And if they do a good job, there's a monetary reward. Trying to incentivize our students to go the extra mile.